The so-called gurus.
Vishnuji, good evening. I'm Nicholas, your host for this evening. Sound is disappearing. Okay, let's try this. So, I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can. So I just got a message that the sound might be gone. It's the problem with the going through the airwaves sometimes. So I hope you can hear me. Not that I'm going to say very much, because I don't really think that's so very useful, except sometimes to help bring us our attention back to where we want to put it. So this evening we have a video. It actually consists of two videos from way back in 1982, which is a long, long time ago. Over 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And the first part is an interview. I think I'll get rid of this background, maybe you'll find it a bit... Okay, so the first part is an interview with an English interviewer, and what's interesting about it, I think it just shows really that nothing much has changed in the attitude of Western media towards Srimataji and SYUK. In Italy it's different. In Italy they really recognize Srimataji as something special, and they wrote with great respect and affection. But in England, they just don't want to know, basically. I'm talking about national TV. Maybe the other local paper will do things. Same, I think, in most of Europe and the world. Spirituality does not sell papers or space on YouTube or whatever they're doing. And I think most of us know it's an uphill battle to get exposure that is not cynical or critical. So it's very interesting to see, way back, the beginnings, that their attitudes haven't changed that much. And then we look at the essence of SYUK that Srimataji talks about, which is, again, hasn't dated in all the decades that have passed. It still continues. So we'll just settle down now, please, and play a bit of music, and we'll just spend a few seconds getting ourselves centered, and then we'll raise the Kundalini. So let's use this time at the end of the day to think about relaxing as much as we can. Sit comfortably upright, connected to the earth. It always takes a few minutes to stop our reacting minds. Slow our breath. Scan ourselves, our bodies, our minds. Where's our attention going? Do we have any catches anywhere we need to clear out? Slow our brain waves into a very peaceful state, so we can help the connection with our true selves, our higher selves. We can breathe deeply and slowly, anything to help us just relax. Forget about the day, move ourselves away from the day, away from our environment. As it were, put distance between our family, our friends, our homes. And slip into this now. There's no tomorrow and there's no yesterday. There's only this precious now that we can live in. Let's think of the central channel and the beautiful pure energy rising up from the base of the spine, opening all the chakras as she rises up through the lower abdomen, through the stomach area, through the chest, neck and head, and out to the top of our head. So that we're all in our central channel. And if we all keep our attention on our central channel, let's now raise our Kundalini together and put ourselves in Bandhan. So we watch the videos of Shimalaji speaking. we can try and watch it from the Sahasrara and listen to it through the Sahasrara and see if our attention wanders and bring it back and bring it back. So I'll just go and get the video up. Sorry, I'm in trouble starting it. Sorry, I need a moment's patience. It's not starting. Just stay quiet, everyone. Sorry about this. I've got to start the video again. This is from 1982. In the West Country.
Well, these are the sort of claims you've probably heard before from many so-called gurus. But for her fast-expanding group of disciples, Mataji Nirmala Devi is different. Tonight, she brings her message to a public meeting in Exeter. Mataji, the world of healing and gurus is full of frauds and charlatans. Do you accept that many people might be skeptical about your claims?
Of course, they should be. Why they are not, I don't understand, you see. You must use your brains and reach right conclusions. Why are you seeking, what are you seeking, and whom are you going to? Those people who charge you money and live like parasites on you cannot be your gurus. You see, they are people without any self-respect.
You don't charge any money at all?
Not at all. How can I charge money for this? Is love of God. How can I charge money for that?
It's claimed that even viewers of an interview such as this, just by looking at your picture on the television screen, can receive some sort of physical manifestation of your power. Now, how does that work?
By just if they put their hands towards me like this, even now, they can feel a cool breeze blowing into their hands. So many might feel as they felt it in Hong Kong. But if you are a complicated people, it takes some time. But normally people are simple and they get it. The cool breeze just starts blowing into their hands. And that is the breeze of the Holy Ghost.
Just by holding their hands to the screen at the moment?
This, just like that, yes.
Well, your message is self-awareness, self-realism. I mean, what exactly does that mean?
Self is the reflection of God Almighty in the heart. But it resides on top of your head. And what is self-realization? In ordinary words, we can say the real baptism. It's the real baptism. Means what happens? That your spirits enters into your awareness, into your conscious mind, into your central nervous system, so that you start feeling the awareness of the spirit which is flowing through you as energy. This is the energy of the all-pervading power of God.
But I'm sure many people must feel that they know themselves perfectly well already without any extra power required.
This is a self-opinionated thing. But there is a way to find out. If you know yourself, then you must know what are the centers catching in you, what are the centers are catching in another person. It is the becoming that is important. It's not a mental projection that I am such and such. Supposing I say I am the governor of some place, do I become? No, I must have the powers.
But you can actually look at another person and say what is wrong with that person, or feel what is wrong with that person.
Yes, I can. I can look at the person and say, but others, those who are Sahajogis, can just feel it on their fingertips. But we talk another language. We don't say you have cancer, because that's not good to say. But what we say, you are catching on this center or that center. Supposing somebody is very egoistical, then we don't say you are egoistical, we say you are catching on Agya. So it doesn't feel hurt, you know.
But having identified the problems, you can also cure them as well.
Yes, if we identify the problems, we also know how to cure them.
What happened 20 years ago before gurus even were heard of in the Western world? We seem to survive perfectly well without them.
You see, this is the time of resurrection. This is the time of last judgment. Is being pointed out by your great poet, William Blake, who said that a new category of human beings, he called them men of God, will be born on this earth, and they will become prophets, and they will have powers to make others prophets. Of course, there has been prophecy also in India thousands of years back, that in this work will start in 1970, and that many people will get their realization is already announced.
And now we're in that time.
Yes, that the time has come. That's why these people have taken birth. And there are many children who are born realized. And you do not know what they are, because they have these vibrations and they are different people.
Mataji, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Now the essence of Sahaja Yoga, I am sure Mr. Gavin Brown must have explained to you what it is. And so many of you are from Sahaja Yoga itself, so I need not explain to you all the details. But today we have to understand one thing, that it's a very serious time we are born into, extremely serious. And when we look at life, we do not understand that if we miss this chance of our evolution, not only that we'll miss it for ourselves, not only that we'll miss it for England or only for one country, but we'll miss it for the whole creation. The trouble is, in the name of God, in the name of evolution, in the name of higher life, so many spurious people have come up that it has become impossible to convince anyone that there is something like truth left in it. Under these circumstances, one has to talk about truth, and talking about truth doesn't give you the experience of the truth at all. Discussing about it will not give you. It's a different realm in which one has to go into. It's a new awareness which you have to get to understand the truth, for which I don't know how many are prepared and how many would like to know, and even if they like to know, how many will get it. So the problem is the other way around. It's not the problem that we have few people. It's not the problem that Sahaja Yoga cannot give you realization. It's not the problem that you will not know the truth. But the whole circumstance is such that whatever is false, whatever is spurious, whatever is silly, stupid, appeals to the masses. Sometimes I feel I have developed a method by which I can give really en masse realization all over the world. Definitely I have. But the problem as it remains, the masses are not interested. It's only very few who really can keenly take interest into their evolutionary process and would like to come out of the ignorance in which they have been living. In all the ego-oriented countries, it's very difficult to establish that we are still ignorant. We have to know a lot. It's very difficult because they think we know everything, because we have been to the moon. Like the Russians say, we never saw God. We went to the moon, we never saw God. It would be like saying that I have come to the third floor, I haven't seen God. Where does God reside? Where it manifests within us? In what way it manifests, we don't want to see. What we want to see is that through our effort, if we have not been able to see God, then He doesn't exist. This is the way our attitude is. That better say no to all that we did not know through our effort, because so far we have not known about Him. So He doesn't exist. So you turn round in a cave, when you see the shadows of yourself, you believe in them only and say it never existed anything else, the light does not exist. That kind of an attitude exists or is persistently I am facing. And sometimes I don't know how to give them realization. Now, as I said, it's the other way around. You have to see. You have to ask for it. You have to truly ask for it. Nobody is going to fall at your feet and say, all right, you get your realization, all right, you have these, for heaven's sake. Just have it. Because nothing is selling here. We are so much used to the salesmanship, you see, that we think that if anything is selling, people have to persuade you, to request you, to ask you, you can save pounds, you see, for sale and all that. But nothing is for sale. That's a very difficult proposition to understand in the present atmosphere where we do not know if you can get anything that is not for sale. But I hope slowly and steadily all of us have to get it.
So let's just continue sitting quietly. Her main message there, but this is a, she said this is a chance for evolution, not just for ourselves, towns, our countries, our family, but for the whole of creation. And that's what SYUK is doing now, all over the world. So a great deal has changed in the last 40 years, but also some things have not changed in the attitude towards SYUK, that in spite of lots of people flocking to the stands at exhibitions and shows and public programs, it's slowly grown, but not enough that humanity wanted. So in our meditation, we can try, if you want, just a thought, to get our attention up into Sahasrara and let it grow wider, like a ripple, but a ripple of Param Chaitanya, growing wider than our home, wider than the street where we are. We can expand our vibrations maybe as far as we can around us. We can envelop our whole country and then the continent we're on, and then the globe, the planet, Earth, and all on it. Each one of us can vibrate the earth in our Sahasrara. And maybe on the subtle level, things can keep on changing. I don't really know or believe that there's a limit to our Param Chaitanya and their effect, their expansion. I think the limits come from our own minds. But just for this evening, just for now, if you want, it's by no means you have to, it could be useful. Try and send the vibrations around the world, encompassing the world. And reaching those who are seekers, and also those who are not seekers, who don't know they're seekers yet, because they're not awakened. So maybe if we can change the vibrations around everyone, they'll become seekers. And as Mataji said many times, the drop becomes the ocean. So we can think of ourselves as the drops all coming together and transforming the ocean of vibrations. So we'll sit quietly for a few moments, trying to keep our attention on top of our head, on the Sahasrara, and the Sahasrara completely opened, expanded upwards and expanded sideways. as we have expanded our Sahasrara and the Param Chaitanya, we join together there as well, becoming that ocean. Through the blessings of this remarkable technology. Through the ether. And let's just check, where is my attention? Whether it's encompassing the globe or just shooting up from Sahasrara. Make sure it stays there. Sitting still, our minds still, all connected. So that not only are we emitting vibrations, spreading vibrations, we're also relaxing into vibrations, being still in vibrations, in the Param Chaitanya. With nothing to do at this moment. we can let the Brahma Chaitanya nourish us, nourish our Kundalini, and let our Kundalini nourish our chakras, our nadis, our spirit. And our vibrations nourish this planet. So now we could all gently raise our kundalinis again and put ourselves into bandhan. So, we come to the end of the program for this evening. Thank you for joining me. So, have a very good evening. And we'll keep those vibrations flowing. I wish you all good night, God bless, Jai Shri Mataji, and see you soon.